Here I am at the White Sweet Clover patch. It is growing in disturbed soil close to us. The soil is good. Often you find it growing along highways and in industrial sites, which are not the best place to be harvesting herbs at all. So we're blessed to have this patch. You harvest the top 30 to 40% of the herb early in its flowering. Right now it is at the beginning of July, which is perfect. It's just getting to the point where it's almost past in this area. So today is the day to harvest it, and that's how harvesting goes. Your schedule is always when the herbs are ready, and nature doesn't wait for anybody. So you want to harvest it early in its flowering before it spreads out. It gets really leggy. Its stalks get really wiry and long, and that makes for a longer harvesting and also longer processing. This herb is an easy herb to harvest, but it takes a long time to process it. There are lots of herbs in that description, and this is one of them. So where it could take you a few minutes to harvest enough to make your medicines, whatever you're making it as, a tincture or dried or oil infusion, it will take a lot longer to process it because it has so much stalk and it's very wiry. So the earlier in its flowering, the shorter the stalks are, and the easier the processing. Also, as it gets later in its flowering, a lot of the flowers are going to be already fertilized and going into seed, and you want it to be in its flowering. So half flowers, half that are open, half that aren't open, or 3/4 open and a quarter not open. That's ideal. And if you harvest it later, a little bit later, then you're going to have to harvest a lot of side stalks, which are going to be small and shorter, and it's going to take a lot more time to harvest it and a lot more time to process it. So this is the sweet spot. I'm taking advantage of it. The storm hasn't rolled in yet. Everything is dry. It smells amazing here. So I'm just going to get to harvesting. Okay, so here's an example of a good plant to harvest. You can see that it has lots of flowers open, but there's still some flowers closed. It's nice and compact. It's not too leggy. So that is a beautiful specimen right there. And then we see over here one that is not a good one for harvesting. You can see it's leggy and it's been fertilized. It's already gone to seed. White sweet clover is used both internally and externally for various conditions. It is a cardiovascular herb and used for various cardiovascular conditions such as high blood pressure, edema, blood clots, poor peripheral circulation. It is an excellent nervine, and it's used for stress-related conditions, anxiety. It is an antidepressant. It is an excellent lymphatic, and used for chronic toxicity related conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis or chronic skin conditions, as well as inflammation of the lymphatic system itself. This herb is also used externally for wounds and cuts and bruises and varicosities such as hemorrhoids and varicose veins. It's an excellent herb to get to know.